Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about the ways in which we often betray ourselves to feel like we belong. And I'll give you some quick tips to feel that sense of belonging while staying true to you. My name is Deb, and welcome to Women Reinventing Midlife TV, where we aim to inspire women over 50 to thrive in a meaningful life that you deeply desire and deserve. Now, the need to belong is where many of us feel a void at some stage of our lives. That sense of being part of something bigger than ourselves, whether it's part of a community, whether it's part of a group, whether it's a part of a family or industry, or even on a larger global scale. And this compelling need becomes even more important as we age. A sense of belonging is a fundamental need and is definitely not to be confused with fitting in, because by focusing on fitting in, we often betray ourselves in an effort to be accepted. Now, I love Brene Brown, and she wrote in her book, The Gifts of Imperfection, that a true sense of belonging is felt when we belong to ourselves first. Now, this is the totally opposite of trying to fit in, where we mold ourselves into what or who we feel we need to be. As we go through different life stages, we might notice a need to fit in to achieve goals and different outcomes that we want to reach for. For instance, wanting to build relationships with parent groups if we're parents, building great networks for career improvement, getting on with other people in the workplace. But this also happens with families too, because this is where our tribal fears emerge. For example, if we feel different or see things different to our family, or if we choose a career or a relationship that they don't approve of. And this can trigger a fear response, and we feel like we've been left out in the cold. And so we might decide to change things we're doing, or even change ourselves to feel accepted or to feel like we'd fit in. And I think it's really important here to realize that trying to fit in just to be accepted is actually an act of self-betrayal. We're no longer true to ourselves. And eventually it takes its toll on our mental, emotional, and physical well-being. We lose a sense of who we are and all those wonderful parts of us that make us unique. If we want to be truly accepted, then we must stop reshaping ourselves in an effort to fit in. We need to focus on accepting ourselves first. In this way, as Brene Brown says, we learn to belong to ourselves first. And there's a beauty in being ourselves that is wonderfully attractive. Instead of the need for external validation and worth, we begin to stand in our truth, and this is really powerful. We begin to feel more confident and empowered, and we automatically feel like we belong, whether it's reflected externally or not. Now, for many of us, that can sound scary because showing our true selves is quite vulnerable when we've spent years adapting ourselves to suit other people, to suit their needs and their wants. Now, often we make these changes and choose to make these changes with age and experience, and it can be quite a journey. We don't want to waste the quickly diminishing time that we have left on the planet trying to be something we're not, do we? We want to learn to accept ourselves. And as we do, then we don't feel so exposed when we reveal who we truly are to the external world. When we've spent years continually trying to fit in, we need to spend time to getting to know ourselves again, because self-acceptance begins with completely understanding and loving the real you so that you can stay true to yourself. So I've put together a few quick tips on how to get to know yourself again. And the first part of this is to explore your qualities, your gifts, your strengths, and things that make you uniquely you. Remember that your strengths and gifts come easily to you, and because of that, that you often overlook them and think that everybody else can do them, but often they can't. So it's important that you acknowledge those in yourself. Get to know what motivates you, what lights you up, what fulfills you, what your likes and dislikes are. This is going to help you tremendously when you're deciding the kinds of activities and circles of people that would suit the real you and that you'd like to include in your life, not the opposite way around. Understand your own values and how they need to be met for you to feel fulfilled, and make a decision to live true to them always. Don't allow yourself to be pulled into groups, relationships, or situations that don't fulfill your values. And once you've reacquainted with yourself and feel into the love and acceptance of your whole self, it becomes a lot more difficult to betray yourself in an attempt to fit in. And you're much quicker to see when you're falling back into those old habits. And please remember, this is a journey. It takes time. Be kind to yourself through this, through the whole exploration. And above all, make a decision to be true to you. And if you found this content helpful, please remember to like the video, share the video, subscribe to this channel, and please click the bell for notifications so you're notified when the next video comes out. Lots of love to you. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.